All right. Always got to be careful when Kofu gets extra alert around the bushes. Either means feral cat or deer. Both of those are hanging around our neighborhood this week. Hey man, this is Richard Harden, walking and talking. Walking and talking. I got that real shock to the system yesterday. It's actually, it's actually wintertime. It's the season where it's supposed to be cold, but I got so excited about t-shirts and barbecue grills on Thanksgiving. I had to remember what season I was in. But December 1, oh my goodness, it's that real, the most part of a difficult year. And I know there's a lot of people starting to talk about, man, this is what I'm gonna do next year. I can't wait for 2020 to be over. This is what I'm gonna do in 2021. Well, surprise, you don't need a new year. You just need new goals, new actions. In reality, here's what I do understand. Anything that you're planning to accomplish next year, the foundation for it's got to get started this year. My trainer always says that summer bodies are made in the wintertime. And it's true. It's the things that you do consistently all day, every day. Not because it's a special occasion, not because they counted down on the clock, not because they said this tis the season. This is day one. Day one of one. But here's what I urge you to choose right now is to prepare to count down to the end of this season by building up to the next one. That's right. It's not one of those where you coast into the finish line. When we used to run track, the kick was the last part. It was the hardest part. It was when everybody else had given all they had and you still had that little bit left. And what I want you to know is you got just that little bit left, just that little bit more. Challenge you over the next 20 days, just over the next 20 days, count down with me into the season of giving so that you can be proud and look back on what you did this year despite the difficulties, despite the adversity, despite the challenges and hardships. This has been a phenomenal year. And the best part is you're a survivor of it. You're actually that age where you'll be able to tell the stories of the things that you learned, the things that you mastered going into this year. And oh my goodness, it's the best year for me to remind people about this lesson. And it was actually a conversation I was sharing with my daughter earlier today. She graduated college a couple of years ago. She's starting on that process of trying to decide how to buy a house. So she started looking at houses that she wanted and prices and price ranges. And it was the most glaring indication to me of how much inflation is taking off this year. Little houses, 1,400, 2,000 square feet, $200,000 plus here in Metro Atlanta. And that's one of the benefits. You got to decide which side the inflation curve is going to catch you on, because our investments in real estate, it's the one thing that we have where inflation actually drives the value of your asset. So in that mindset, just thinking about all the things that we're going to do this year, start putting in place the goals, the objectives, the agenda. You want to buy a house next year? Let me tell you one thing you got to do mathematically up front. You got to figure out how much house you can afford on the income that you have. What's a simple formula for that? What's 4 times, if you take your paycheck, divide it in half, that's about how much you can effectively mortgage on your own. Now, there are opportunities for rental assistance or to go in with someone else, but let's make sure that you make the plan to pay for what you can with what you have. So step one, figure out what's one half of one paycheck. Can that cover what I want to mortgage? From there, with the interest rates out, what programs you qualify for, and what down payment amount you need. Today's economy, you still need 5% down. On a $200,000 house, you need at least $10,000 cash, and that can't wipe out all of your reserves. Bankers, underwriters, they're looking to make sure that you have more than enough money to pay for what you buy in spite of adversity this year. So as we talk about putting our goals, putting our mindset together, it's just taking the individual pieces that we learned along the way, the things that we know about the challenges, the things we know about our goals and objectives, and understanding you don't need a new year. You need a new goal, and you need to get to work. This year's not over yet, and the best is yet to come. Hey, this is Richard and Kovu signing off on a cold walk because it is December. It's December 1. You decide. Is it day one or one day? Let's get it.